The Ripple vs SEC hearing is the main reason why the price of XRP Ripple is about to go through the roof. The court's ruling has been pushed back again, which is not a secret, but experts are not worried. The trial could end at any time, and this movie will show us how. Also, experts say that the price of XRP Ripple could go through the roof and reach $21,312.00. Isn't it interesting? Watch this whole video, you'll be amazed. Nota bene, Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission may finally be getting close to an end to their long legal fight that has caused a lot of stress and uncertainty for years. People in the crypto world are holding their breath because Judge Analisa Torres is about to make a very important decision. One that could change not only Ripple's future but also the way crypto is regulated in the US. The most recent events point to a dramatic ending. Neon Pony said in a widely shared tweet that the SEC has asked for the case to be put off for 2 months, but only if Judge Torres rejects Ripple's present motion. Both Ripple and the SEC are ready to send the case back to her to finalize a $50 million 0 fine, get rid of the limits, and finally drop their appeals if she agrees. This week, Judge Torres might make a choice. Neon Pony said that this might end faster than you think. There is more weight to that statement than ever before. Lawyers are cautiously hopeful. According to what Jack the Rippler said, Bill Morgan said, a different lawyer, Fred Rispoli, responded to Ripple's recent supplemental letter, which was an important document filed to support its request for an indicative decision. Even though the letter is only 1.5 pages long, it deals with important law issues. Rispoli said, "This isn't the best attempt, but it's an attempt." He knew it had flaws but also saw its potential. He thinks the letter talks about 3 main points: the role of the appellate court, the current injunction, and how Ripple's legal situation is different from other crypto companies. Appellate courts, not the district court, are the end of this case. This ends appellate risk, Rispoli said, describing how this motion could end the procedural limbo that has kept Ripple stuck between courts. Things are not the same for most crypto projects as they are for Ripple. The SEC went after Ripple years before it went after other big companies. For that early attack, Ripple was left to fight a war by itself. The rest of the crypto world is only now catching up to it. Even though the court said in 2023 that XRP's programmatic sales were not securities, there is still a technical stay in place. But as Rispoli says, it doesn't really have any teeth. No matter what the order says, Ripple can't break the law. He said this to stress that the potential risk has already been removed in real life. The date of August 15th that many people have brought up is not actually a deadline for making a decision. It's just a checkpoint for the progress report. Rispoli made it clear that both Ripple and the SEC would ask the Second Circuit to send the case back to Judge Torres if she rules this week or next. After that, she can make the preliminary decision official and both sides can ask for the case to be thrown out. Rispoli said that a positive ruling from Torres means that the parties tell the Second Circuit about the positive ruling, but it does not mean that the decision is official. Torres is sent back to the Second Circuit. Torres turns an informal decision into a formal one. The parties then show the official decision to the Second Circuit, ask for discharge, and the case will be over. A good decision would have effects that go far beyond Ripple. Vasa wrote on X that trillions of dollars are on the line. The lawsuit between the SEC and Ripple is getting heated and could hit a turning point at any time. More than just courtroom action is going on here. It could change the way XRP and the whole crypto market grow in the future. As long as Ripple wins, it will be a historic example. It will make it clear how digital assets are categorized, give institutions that are interested in the space trust, and perhaps most importantly, it will be one of the most important legal stories in the history of crypto. All of it was said best by Rispoli. We might go too far with this. That line means more than just the end of a lawsuit to people who own XRP, work on blockchain, or support regulatory change. It's the start of something much bigger, right? But that's not all. What if I told you that some crypto lawyers think XRP could not only win, but also cause the whole business to fall apart? Oh, and the most recent estimates are crazy. Follow me. This next step could change everything you think you know about Ripple, how crypto is regulated, and how digital assets will grow in the future. So one tweet from Aminix got to the heart of the matter. That line says it all about how people are getting excited about what many think will be a big breakout. Steph shared the same courage in a post that was both easy and powerful. Crypto experts and XRP supporters are becoming more and more sure that a big change is on the way, and it might happen as soon as a few weeks from now. Legal expert Fred Rispoli recently broke down Ripple's request for a preliminary decision from Judge Torres. He said that the case might be over by August if everything goes as planned. If that happens, it will open the door for a flood of institutional interest, relistings on exchanges, and new money to come into XRP. As Crypto Geek hinted with a strange claim that made people scratch their heads. During live TV, XRP goes up to $21,312.00. The host is shocked, but they keep going. These aren't just random bugs, they're signs of what's going to happen. That number might sound crazy, but the idea behind it isn't. The next step might not be slow, it might happen right away. The technicals, the basics, and the energy of the group are all coming together. Barry, a well-known figure, recently threw down the gauntlet by saying that getting to $4.00 won't be the real task for XRP holders. From $2.00 to $100.00, it will hold on. This market is used to people being bold, so that's exactly what we expect from the XRP crowd. He says that once the price hits a certain point, XRP could go far beyond what most people think is possible. He said that the jump from $100.00 to $1,000.00 might happen even faster than the last one. The community was split down the middle by dreamers and doubters over this crazy claim. There are still dreamers, but they are getting harder to ignore. As Edo Farina put it, it's not just about price, it's also about freedom. For years, XRP has been the underdog in a rigged regulatory fight. But now, that story might finally be changing. So when a monarch says that XRP won't send threats, it might mean more than that. It's time to go. Of course, you can't forget about Ripple's strong relationships. What's going on behind the scenes at the moment? Crazy as hell. Big banks, companies worth $1 billion, and talks at the government level. And most people don't know. You're not ready for what's going to happen next. The latest confirmation that the XRP ledger is now linked to the Swift network through GitHub is a major step forward in Ripple's efforts to become widely used around the world. This is more than just a computer update, it's a link between the real world and the world of Bitcoin, which is changing very quickly. For years, people who work in the field have talked about how XRP might be able to connect to existing payment networks. But now that this live connection has been confirmed by crypto researcher Smoke, and is backed up by official paperwork, the promise is getting closer to coming true. GitHub was one of the first gates on the XRP ledger and has been an important node for moving value between asset networks for a long time. Along with crypto networks like Bitcoin and Ethereum, it can now handle transfers between big fiat systems like SEPA and Swift without any problems. In real life, this means that users can send and receive fiat currencies directly through XRP ledger wallets.